We are back for another Average Joe's Monthly Challenge presented by Big Tex Ordnance. So shout out to Big Tex for being a sponsor of Average Joe's Monthly Challenges. They are the ones who take care of all the prizes for our winners. So thank you to Big Tex Ordnance. Now, we did take a quick break from these to focus on range day, but we're back on track now. Thank you to all of you who participated in the last challenge, the Taylor's Yo-Yo Drill. It was awesome to see your submissions, awesome to see you guys getting out training, and our winner from that drill was Rimfire Commando. So shout out to him. The reason he was selected was because, again, we're choosing winners based on those that embody the idea or the concept of challenges to get out and train, to grow the community. And he actually got his whole family to run the drill. So for us, that was like a big thing to see that. Thought it was super cool. So shout out to you. Shoot me a DM so we can get you taken care of, and I'll connect you with Big Tex and they will get a prize over your way. This month, we have a new challenge and we're introducing one of our new members. Mike, Average TX, will be leading this challenge. You'll be seeing more of the new team members as we go on. But without further ado, I will turn it over to him and PJ.
What's up, party people? Mike, aka Average TX, here with another Average Joe's Monthly Challenge. This one is going to be called the Triangles of Calamity. The goal here is to engage all of these triangles in an effective manner. And the design behind this drill is you are going to, on the beep, start by shooting the number 1 triangle with 1 shot, transitioning to the number 2 triangle and placing 2 shots, transitioning back to the number 1 triangle with 1 shot, coming to the number 3 triangle with 3 shots, and then finally finishing back on the number 1 triangle with 1 shot. So a total of 8 shots in the drill. So the thought process behind the Triangles of Calamity was getting into USPSA shooting in the last year. I really wanted to become a better shooter, and 2 of the things that became very quickly exposed to me was acceptable sight picture and target transitions. And so the goal behind the Triangles of Calamity is to have you work on both of those things. So we are doing both target transitions as well as what is an acceptable sight picture. So when my dot gets to that target, can I pull that trigger with confidence? And then when I move to the next target, when does my dot get there, and when is that acceptable sight picture for me to place that next shot? So all of this is designed to help you improve in that process. All right, guys, so you're going to run this drill from a 3-yard distance. So the goal here is for those of you that don't have the ability to be at an outdoor range, that you can still shoot this at your local indoor range. So at 3 yards, we'll again engage the first target, 1 shot, second target, 2 shots, back to the first target, 1 shot, onto the third target, 3 shots, back to the first target with 1 shot. So again, 8 shots total in the drill at 3 yards.
Shooter, are you ready? Stand by. .630, that is clean, cutter's count.
630, all right. So not too bad. I tried to squeeze off my first shot on the 2 a little bit early. So you can see this is where that acceptable sight picture was questionable. Second shot much better. You can see I absolutely just pinholed that 1. And my 3s were pretty good. Again, maybe a little bit early on my transition shot, but all in. And again, what time, PJ?
630.
And 630. So a time of 612.
I threw 2 maybe?
2 out on the lower right-hand side here. First shot was in. I think your 2 follow-up shots were just a little bit low, and then your 1 was
Yep, that's that timing as I'm prepping that trigger. I'm probably watching it drop and then just waiting a little too long to pull that shot as the dot's coming down.
But again, a time of 612. Shooter ready. Stand by. Clean time of 707.
Slowed it way down for that. That's good.
So, yeah, you slowed down about a second, but your groups were tight, much better hits.
Yep.
Acceptable sight picture was there. Grip was solid. Trigger prep was really, really good as you move from target to target, so that as you hit that target, you squeeze that shot off. Instant reward.
So now that you have that groove, talking about first, acceptable sight picture, really, I mean, these are pretty small, but you should be, as soon as you have that dot, within this hit area, and you have that, as soon as your brain processes that and you see that, you should be squeezing that shot and trying to move on to the next one.
Yeah, the goal in the design, right, when I created these blue triangles, which are the Average Joe's official blue, by the way, was that you saw blue on red, you knew you were in a acceptable place to squeeze that trigger, right? White was like primo, I'm in the dead center of that target, but blue gave you the ability to know I'm now in that acceptable sight range versus a refined sight picture.
Yep, and then as you are breaking that shot, you should know immediately whether or not that was a hit, right? So you don't have to wait for that sight to come back and then see your hit. If you're paying attention to your dot or to your front sight, when this shot breaks, you should know immediately whether or not that was a hit, and you can move on to the next target a lot earlier rather than waiting for that confirmation, you know, go through your whole recoil process and the dot comes back to where you were. Okay, I hit, and then, but if you're paying attention to that, as that shot breaks, you will know that that was a good shot that you're going to be hitting where you need to.
Cool. So as you guys do this drill, if you notice a couple different things. So one, if your dot, when you break the shot, breaks up in at the 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock position, right, up and to the right, that is, I maybe have too much pressure on my left support side hand, pushing my gun a little bit right. If I have it going up at the 11 or 10 o'clock position, that means I probably don't have enough grip and I'm letting my right hand dominate. If I'm a right hand shooter, it's pushing those shots to the left. So again, if you've got that off center capability of either 1 to 2 or 11 to 10, this can be used as a diagnostic tool for grip, because in all likelihood it is your grip that is failing you.
If our dot is always coming straight up and down, it's predictable. We know where it's going to be coming back from. Just like on your draw, a lot of people drop it in from the 12 when you're recoiling. If that dot is dropping straight down every time, you can be prepping that trigger. Then as soon as that dot comes down to where you need it to, you can break that shot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so a couple quick tips for you to help you run this. First is going to be a nice smooth draw and first sight picture here on the first triangle. So as you come out, having everything ready to go, good grip, good sights, good trigger, get that first shot off. Second is going to be eyes lead gun. So as you break that first shot, your eyes should move immediately to the second triangle, where as soon as you get there, you can have those 2 follow-up shots ready to go. I think I said shops.
Talking about acceptable sight picture, what we mean by that is we're not bullseye shooting here, so I don't need to sit here and make sure that my dot is on the same place of this one for every single shot, because I'm just trying to get it in the triangle. So I just need a sight picture that is good enough for me to get that hit, and then I'm breaking the shot and I'm moving on. You know, if it's here, as long as my dot is somewhere in that acceptable range of what I need to get the hit, that I'm breaking that shot and I'm moving on. If these were different size targets, right? If I'm going for this whole A zone, obviously my acceptable sight picture is going to be different than if I'm going for the C zone, right? Because that's a bigger target that's easier for me to get an acceptable sight picture. So these are pretty small, so this is really making you pay attention to that dot as it's coming into the triangle and then breaking that shot. And then because these are small, if you're having any issues with your trigger press, that's going to get exposed. And then talking about trigger press, when you were shooting multiple rounds, right, or multiple targets, a big important thing is to make sure that you're resetting under recoil. And what that means is I'm not pulling that trigger and pinning it and then going through my whole recoil process and then slowly letting that trigger out to the reset. What it means is I get my acceptable sight picture, I'm breaking that shot, and then as soon as that shot breaks and I see where that dot was, it's a race to the reset, and your goal is to get that trigger reset before the slide is done cycling forward. That way you're ready for your next shot as soon as possible as you're bringing that dot to the next target or coming back during the recoil to the, if you're shooting the same target, coming back, and by the time that dot is in an acceptable position, I have that acceptable sight picture, my trigger's already reset, I don't have to reset it now, I just go pull the next shot, and then you keep moving on.
Time 785.
I was like, hold high, and then I hold too fucking high.
Oh, just off the edge. All
Got
right,
the sweet spot.
Run it back, run it back.
All right.
Eight, 2-7.
Keep dropping one.
Through 1.
There we go. 5.95, under 6.
Under 6.
Very good.
All right, so with that run, good draw. Got a good first sight picture. First shot was in a what?
Let's see here. Oh, I rate 177.
In a 177. Could be a little faster, but again, as a small target there, that's not terrible. I'll take it. Good eyes lead gun. I was able to get to the 2 consistently. Good groups there. Back to my 1. Good group there. And then the 3, as you can see, really solid group. So Again, grip, sights, trigger. Those are the key areas we're working here. That's the triangles of Calamity. Highly recommend you guys printing this out and doing a little bit of a dry fire with it. It'll be available, or the link will be here down in the description, jimsgoonlife.com. A couple other variations you can run on this as well, if you've perfected this one, is to do an unknown round count. So when you go out with your range buddy, have them load a unknown round count into your pistol. When you go dry, reload, finish the drill. We look forward to your submissions. So tag the Average Joe's page, use the hashtag Average Joe's Challenge, tag all of the Average Joes as well, and we look forward to your submissions.
Shooter, are you ready? Stand by. I fucked that all up. I was expecting it to be on delay again.
There's your B-roll, Jim.
All right. Yep. Absolute wagon. Just dump truck. Hi, Mom. It must be back there.
Shit. Let me start.
Okay.